Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back. Our guest today is a very good friend, Gary Wagner, the editor of goldforecast.com. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you for having me, and it's a great time to talk about gold and silver.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gary. It's a really exciting time in precious metals. Look what's happening at silver this past week. You're seeing, 13-year highs. You're seeing gold move up as well. What are your thoughts right now on silver? Let's get right into silver.
Go
What
to
are your
silver
thoughts?
first. Well, I was actually a couple of weeks ago, I would say, asleep at the wheel. It was my son Joey that follows it much closer. It's Dad, something's happening. The silver's actually moving past, the 33, 34. I started looking at it, and lo and behold, we saw it test $37 an ounce. We haven't seen that since 2013. That's a great move. And the key is it's gone past a couple of really hardcore resistance levels at around 35 and 36. The fact that it tested it is exciting. The fact that it was unsustainable now tells me that there is resistance there. However, even if it backs off a little bit, I believe that right now it's destined to break through 37. I'm looking at about $40. It could go as high as 42. Those are my numbers, but you know me, I call it like I see it. And if I'm not optimistic, I kind of ease it in. But I tell you what I think, and what I think is silver is moving higher finally.
You're thinking we're hitting the $40 mark here soon? Or what is the
That's my target right now. Absolutely.
And like what Gary, a lot of new people are getting into precious metals. So many new people onto this channel and the investment community. They're looking at silver and gold and they're seeing these moves. Obviously, the middle class and the general population, you don't see them moving into precious metals, but slowly and
Right.
slowly they are moving into it. What would be your main advice for anyone getting into the market for the first time right now?
So those who are looking to accumulate never have. Obviously, it was less exciting at 33, but in hindsight, that would have been a more advantageous move. But here's the thing. Silver has never broken its all-time record high above 50, and gold made multiple new all-time record highs. And so for that reason, all the focus was on gold. However, we had a run up from 3,000 to 3,500, unsustainable at 3,500, then came back down. People started looking at silver, going, well, you know what? If gold's peaked, which I don't think it has, but if it's peak, well, how can I jump on this bandwagon? And silver is definitely the core. So for those who haven't bought yet, I would say if you're going to allocate $1, just to break it down, start with 25 cents, a quarter of your allocation, and buy that. If it goes down, you'll dollar cost average. I don't think it's going to go down that much. And if it goes up, you can dollar cost average, not as advantageous, rather than jumping in with both feet first to get the best possible price because no one knows short term what's going to happen. I think over the next couple of months, we'll see it hit 40. But what if it goes to 36 again? So I would say put more than a toe in the water. Get, myself, when I was accumulating, I was buying a kilo bar of silver per month. And then it was just sitting at 30. And I actually said, well, why am I buying this? And I switched to gold, but I didn't sell it. Now at 37, I'm really happy. I kept buying it every month. So if you're buying physical, don't look at it from the short term. You're not trading it like in the futures markets. And on our service, we advise both things to do, but it's not too late to get into silver. Gold, you want to be even a little bit more cautious because it does have the possibility of retracing. But the interesting thing about gold is Trump came out and he announced there's a tentative agreement with China in terms of the trade negotiations. That's the United States' largest trading partner. And you would have thought gold went down. Not only did it not, it rose $30, opened in Australia and gapped higher than that. And I don't know what happened between the close in New York and Australia, but it's sitting around 33.80 now. It closed at like 33.70 and change, and then gapped higher in Australia, and it went up 30 points, $30 during the session today after that kind of an announcement. That tells me there's something I don't know. All right, because the normal things that are happening. The other thing we'd look at is the Fed going to cut rates because
Right.
that would be really bullish. CME FedWatch tool, which is really the go-to. It's based on professional Fed fund interest rate futures traders, their sentiment. They say there is a 0% chance of a rate cut. So you've got no rate cut. You've got the president announcing a trade deal with China, and gold goes up. Why? I can't answer the why part, but what I can tell you is there's something happening because it's counterintuitive to what we would have expected.
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. Can you speak to, I guess, a lot of people in the precious metals community, we've always had that feeling of price manipulation in silver, less in gold, but more over in silver,
Yeah,
where you start seeing a lot of price smackdowns. Do you think it's highly likely we'll see that now or no?
it's always possible in silver. It's possible in gold, more likely if it does happen in silver.
Right.
Um, yeah, people, there's been, I think that what has happened in the past is a large group of hedge funds, whether it's major traders that kind of band together and decide to hammer it or buy it. Right now, if there is any manipulation, it's that they're buying it. It was a sleeper, and I think the reason, if they didn't, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but if they did it because we had all of this stuff in the news that said shortage of silver, this, that. If you remember that, Ivan,
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
that silver didn't do anything. So what does that tell you? Those were just rumors being spread, but not by the pros because they would have acted on it. This was kind of a silent move up. Nobody was expecting it. That's when, I won't say manipulation, but some of the larger players in the silver market had quietly putting positions on. We can see that when we look on Fridays at the CFTC, COT, Commitment of Traders. And that will tell us who's buying and how heavily they're buying. And that won't be out for a couple of days. But could there be manipulation? I wouldn't call it manipulation in this case because they bid it higher. Manipulation is usually when it goes to a high and they slam it.
Right.
So I wouldn't say that. I think that they saw gold range bound and thought, well, maybe there'll be some action in silver. And you want to put your money where you think there's going to be a return. And so that's what I personally think.
There's about $15 trillion worth of physical gold in the world sitting there costing money rather than being used. Is just absolutely insane. Monetary Metals is bringing gold back into the financial world, putting gold to productive use right now. The problem with gold, of course, in physical form is that it's heavy, it's cumbersome, it's not particularly easy to ship, and it costs money to store in a protected manner. This platform Monetary Metals created is a proven concept and allows gold to be put to productive use. So instead of sitting there costing you money, it's actually in use earning you money.
Learn how you can earn 2 to 5% in our leasing program and how accredited investors can earn up to 12% on silver paid in silver. This advertisement is not investment or financial advice. Minimum investment applies.
What is your thoughts on the big beautiful bill in the U.S. right now trying to be passed in Congress? There's a lot of talks about, they're getting rid of the debt ceiling. $2.5 trillion is being added to the debt.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on the big beautiful bill?
I wouldn't call it big and beautiful. I call it big, but I wouldn't call it beautiful.
Right.
It's a lot of what do they call it? Pork. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not really that good. It's Trump spending more than he should be. He's certainly not reducing the budget deficit. I mean, he called Musk in to try to cut things Doge, and I think they cut part of what their goal was 2 trillion from the debt, but he's looking to add debt again.
Right.
He's also looking to cut taxes for the 1-2 percentile, the top group. In my opinion, and not that he's beholden, but he tends to favor doing things that help a minority of the better to do people than the common people. Um, it's certainly big. It's certainly not beautiful. That's the way I would put that, Bill.
Hello, my fellow silver and gold stacker. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching the channel. Subscribe, please like the video, and also hit the notification bell. Keep stacking. Absolutely. Now, Gary, what is What is your outlook? Have you heard of everything that's happening with Florida? How they they got rid of the taxes on silver and gold. So now you can purchase, you go anything over 500 or anything under $500 for silver and gold and above. You have no more taxes on precious metals. More and more states are doing that and recognizing it as legal tender. What are your thoughts there?
Listen, I heard about that. I didn't know it had passed. It's less than regional. It's not the Western United States. It's one state, but it could set a trend for other states to follow.
Right.
It's nothing but a really solid improvement to let everybody get involved in the precious metals and not be burdened with those taxes that they had to in the past. And I know this from buying physical myself. When I buy physical and I see what the spot price of gold or silver is, I know that's not what it's costing me. By the time I cover the vig, we say, between the bid and the ask, and I pay shipping costs, and I know I got to pay taxes on it, that it's going to cost me an additional amount, and that money is the money I have to overcome before I'm at break even. So by doing away with the tax, it's exceptional. It's an opportunity. If it's only limited to Florida, I don't think it will have a profound impact. However, if that trend catches on and we start seeing it go nationwide or even, to Canada and to some other countries, that would be huge. It really would, because there should be an advantage to getting the precious metals, a tax advantage that hasn't existed. And there's so many ways that, whether it's a Roth IRA in the United States, there's very many ways. Almost any individual who pays taxes can find loopholes to pay less taxes, but not for the precious metals. That's never been the case. I think it's an exceptional idea. We want to see it grow. We want to see that become a movement and move to other states. If that happens, phenomenal. Right now, those in Florida, take advantage of. My God, you'd
Yeah.
be silly not to. That's like your employer matching. It's not as good, but matching your 401k. Why wouldn't you put money into it? It's part of it's
Yeah.
free money. This isn't free money, but it is tax-free money, and that is a good thing.
Absolutely, Gary. Before you go, I really want you to talk about, what you guys are doing at goldforecast.com. And I know you wanted to also talk about a few things. I'm going to put it in the link description below, but can you explain to them what's happening?
Well, thank you so much. We've been working together for quite some time. And I think, first of all, congratulations on your idea of growing the audience. You still got all those silver stackers. We love them, okay? And you and I are part of that group.
Yeah.
But to include gold is an important element. And so, congratulations on kind of the rebranding where it's now Wall Street Investments, if I'm correct, rather than Wall Street Silver. And that's a beautiful thing. And I want those that are interested in trading silver or trading gold or buying physical gold now and silver to be able to, if they want to, take advantage of our daily service, a detailed service, by offering them 30% off the regular subscription price. You go to thegoldforecast.com or the link that you're putting at the bottom of this YouTube video. Look through the site and see if you think it has value. We don't want you, if it's not having value, I don't want you to join. But for those that are going to get value out of it, why not do it at 30% off? You simply put in Wall Street in the coupon box when you order, and it deducts 30% for the lifetime that you keep that subscription. And I would welcome the
Wow.
viewers that would have advantage, taking advantage of it. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
I thank you so much, Gary, for offering that to the audience. Everyone watching this, I'm going to put it in the link in the description below. I highly recommend, please check out goldforecast.com. Check out their subscription. You're going to get 30% off. But Gary, I want to thank you so much for coming down to speaking to the gold, the silver, the investment community. And as the market develops, would love to have you back on soon.
I'm always here for you. This is a great site where consumers can get an idea of what to do, how to do it, what to be careful of. And I've always respected the work you do and the people you have on. And so I'll continue to support you because I like what you're accomplishing. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate you. Everyone watching, Thank you so much for joining us and watching. And again, please check out goldforecast.com.